We have been fully staffed throughout the course of the day. We've been monitoring how this is going to unfold, and joining me, we also have Kaylee Dion, as well as Ted McInerney and David Neal, who is live out in the field. This is a very active day in the making. This is going to become an afternoon that is not only very dangerous, but also some of the storms could be violent on this thing. This is as violent as it gets when it comes to a tornado. I've never in my entire career or lifetime thought I would be standing in front of a live picture of a tornado in Alabama, but that is a violent tornado that just passed through the city of Tuscaloosa. Our newsroom, we got to get folks right now, we got to get information what's going on there. I know it's probably chaotic, and all right, we're going to get in touch with the EMA. We got to find out what's going on with that. For those, I know that the university is always good about getting the students in a place of safety.
I can't really describe to you what the damage is like here where I'm at, and there's really nothing, not a whole lot left. The trees, every tree is pretty much broken off or gone. There are probably 50, 60 people who are running around here in the area looking for people, but there are so many power lines down. You know, I'm going to stop here. I've got to get out and try to help some of these people.
I understand. Storm passed through.
This is live.
I don't know how to explain this, but this is this was from somebody's home, and that landed in our parking lot. So we had debris from a very large tornado that came through. Please take this very seriously. Please take it very seriously. That tornado is still right now
We're joined again by Dr. Josh Claypo, psychologist with the University of Alabama at Birmingham. He's in Birmingham right now amongst some of the destruction. Dr. Claypo, last we spoke, we were talking about children coping with natural disaster. What's your advice for parents on how to talk to their kids about what happened?
It's extremely difficult, and in part because as parents, you know, we're stressed, we're feeling anxious. And one of the things that I tell parents is it's not so much what you say, but how you say it. Your children are watching you, and they watch your emotions, and so really being able to collect yourself before you talk with your children is important. The other thing that's really important is to let children know that you're going to protect them. You cannot assure that a tornado's not going to hit again, but you can assure them that you're going to do everything you can to keep...
As a meteorologist, you consider yourself that protector, that person who's responsible for the reason we spend the countless hours, the reason that I was up, you know, working as long in the hours as I was, is to prevent people losing their lives.
This is right along I-20 where we're seeing several supercells that are tornadic right now.
I think that each time that I deal with, you know, a tornado where I know that that tornado's on the ground, it's going to affect me much more dramatically for a while in regards to what it's going to do, you know, because I'm going to go to the worst case scenario, which was April 27th.
Meteorologist that day, and we have with me Dr. Josh Claypo from UAB, he's a psychologist, and thank you for joining us today on this, looking back on April 27th, 1 year later.
It was a really rough day.
Yeah.
And I bet you're surprised, I think as a lot of us are, that 1 year out, those emotions are still there. And for people like you, who your house wasn't destroyed, you're physically fine, I know we've talked, it's still really rough.
You know, it is. It's really rough, and a lot more than I thought it was going to be this morning in regards to the fact that you give the information and you know what the storms are capable of, and you can only do so much, and then you have to leave it up to them to get to their safe spot and to listen and make sure that they are taking heed of the warnings. And that's the part that's so frustrating and emotional at the same time, is knowing that we lost so many lives when, you know, we did absolutely as much as we possibly could to get that out there. And I know we're learning so much to do better next time.